Hey guys, Shane here, Shanky Golf. Just got asked a question by Doug about how I practice. Now, I practice very random. If I'm not working on something swing mechanics wise, my practice sessions are super random. Now, I think probably the only person I've really shared this with is probably Brett, because I know he can do it. It's not something that you hear or see a lot of. It's very tough, but it really does help me control my misses because my body is used to being in these positions and recovering from these positions. So I do properly random stuff. So I will grip it with the club face mega shut. I hope you can see that. So I grip it with the club face like super shut. I guess before we go, I generally set up a hole, so I go onto practice mode, set up a hole, so I've got a green, and I try and hit all of my shots random onto or as close to the target as I can, so I'm practicing bad things, if you want to say they're bad things, and still trying to find the target. So I go close the face massively and try and hit it straight, open the face massively, try and hit it straight, grip it really strong, try and hit it straight, grip it really weak, try and hit it straight, just stuff like that. So I'll just hit a couple. So let's go club face really shut to start with. So probably 45 degrees closed at address. It just looks like it's going to hit my left ankle and do some serious damage. So it's just then I think, how am I going to get into the position at impact? Try and get that to go somewhere near the target. That just feels quite natural to just hold it off a little bit. So that was super shut. I do find this one harder. Sorry, let me just get rid of that pattern enabled. I did find this one harder, so properly open, kind of 45 degrees open. I'm not changing anything else, I'm still aiming the same way. Everything. It's just so open. I'm going to hit HMT off its stand. Oh, that is outright. That's the harder one of the two, I find. Let's give that another go. Just got to be super quick with the hands. So again, really open face. That's better. Really turn the hands over on that one. So, closing rate 3,200. I didn't look at what it was on the other one, but I don't think it would have been very high at all. Grip it really strong. Again, try and hit it straight. Just feels hideous. Get that real strong. Try and hit it straight from that. Club face is still square. Just feels horrific. Not bad. Again, I struggle with the weaker ones. So if I go really weak grip, just feels horrible, but really weak in the grip. So one knuckle left hand, thumb left of centre, right hand over the top of it. Feels horrible in the takeaway. Oh, it's just going to leak a little bit. It's not too far off though. Probably not going to reach it. Oh, I did. What else will I do? Traditionally, if you go ball position back in the stance, you'd expect it to go low. So I will put my ball position back in the stance. Everything else normal, but ball position back in my stance and try and hit one high. So again, against the norm. So I'm even setting up like I'm going to hit a low one, but I'm going to try and hit it high. Yeah. So from the back of the stance, I've managed to deliver a higher shot, and then if I go forward in the stance again, you'd expect that to be a higher shot. I'm going to try and hit a low one from forward in the stance. And all the time you're doing this, you're just learning to control the club face, you're learning to control the dynamic loft. I think it's a skill that's kind of gone out of the game. So many people just stand there and just go bang, 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 boring, boring, boring. And people teach you to do bang, 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 boring, boring, boring. And it just kind of creates golfers that are great on a range but are rubbish on the golf course. So I will get my in-person guys to do this as well. It's a little bit easier to explain in person and show them and actually convince them that they can do it, that they can control loft, club face, etc., etc. Something we used to do a lot of as juniors was, if there was someone else in here, I'd get them at the top of my backswing to call draw or fade or hook or slice. So I try to hit, if I stand square, normal kind of setup, and I try and hit different shapes from my normal setup. So if I try and hit a fade from here, fade Shane, start it left and fade it. But it's a miss, it's still going to find the target, still hits the green. You all know that I'll be able to stand here and hit the draw from a normal setup, so it's kind of more fun when someone's standing there calling the shot. You just don't know what it's going to be. You go high shots, low shots, and I will just randomise it. So I'll almost break the green down into segments as well. So just split it into 4, so down the middle, there and there, and I'll try and hit a few shots to the back left, a few shots to the back right, front right, front left, middle. Just move it about a little bit. I've got 1 minute left and then I've got to teach. So just make it random, make it fun, make it random. Don't try and stand there and just do normal stuff, because normal stuff kind of, we don't do normal swings on the golf course. You just, it's more fun when you stand there and try and do something against the norm. So super strong grip, ball position forward. What else should we do? Let's go close the face. So strong grip, close face, ball position forward. Somehow try and make this find target. Oh, I shanked it. Almost shanked it. Just make it extreme, make it fun. I've got to go, but I want one more go at that. Strong grip, hooded face. Oh yeah, left. Not too bad though, considering. Mix it up, must go, goodbye, thank you.